we're happy to welcome you to the international discussion dedicated to unprecedented large-scale event and international online conference, Global Crisis, Time for the Truth. This conference united people from 180 countries in a 12 hours live broadcast that uncovered the most vital and relevant topics to our contemporary society. The truth was voiced openly and honestly to the entire humanity with a simultaneous interpretation into over 100 different languages. People stopped being silent as time for the truth has come. And today, in our international online discussion, together with our respected speakers, we will continue to uncover the topics that were raised during this conference, as well as share our impression of this significant event.
Здравствуйте, дорогие зрители. Позвольте представить наших уважаемых гостей.
Hello, dear friends. Let me introduce our esteemed speakers. This is Amir Azim, Imam of the oldest mosque in Germany. Greetings.
I would like to introduce Mr. Prasanna Kumar from India, Media Coordinator at Undurti Paul Foundation and Mercy Home Society. My pleasure.
Okay. Whatever you're doing all together, it is like impress me, because we cannot do alone things to change. We need a unity from the different people, different mindset, different thoughts we can take together, change our head to not to die, because mostly we have problems with recycling the plastic or those things and pollution. But better to grow like a bamboo trees. The bamboo trees stop the pollution will be going to be less. The bamboos it will be like how to say that they gather. So now I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry, I forgot the name. That what they say.
But thank you so much, Mr. Kumar. We definitely will continue and would like to hear your opinion about that topic more. But let's continue right now to introduce our guest. So the next guest from Kenya is Gerald Lepario, Chamus community youth leader, climate change and nature enthusiast.
Thank you very much for this great opportunity. I'm glad to join this enormous international team for this important topic. We are looking forward to the end of coronavirus, which we hope it's sooner rather than later. But I appreciate this opportunity to be with this distinguished team as we discuss matters that affect contemporary societies around the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Gerald, for being here. And Elizaveta, could you please introduce our honored guest from Russia?
It's great pleasure for me to present our experts, scientists, and this is the publicist and the PhD, Людмила Казимировна. Good evening. Lots of thanks to our honored guests that you have joined today's international discussion on the topics of the conference Global Crisis, Time for the Truth, which was held on the 4th of December. And right now, I suggest to watch the video about the conference.
Four months have passed since the time of the previous conference, and over this relatively short period, we have seen how much the progression of climate change and environmental degradation has accelerated. It's important not to remain silent, because this survival of all humanity is at stake. It is time for the truth.
We are now in a world where every single day, somewhere in the world, a climate extreme event is going to take place that will break the world record of that particular place.
The European floods this summer, or the Western North America heat wave this summer. Both of those extreme events were due to the jet stream reacting in very unusual ways, in ways that climate models did not predict would happen.
When I'm out in the field, I always hear people say that I never thought it would happen to me, and they're always surprised. Can you imagine how devastated you would be if you lost everything that you owned? If you watched the people around you, the people that you love, struggle and suffer or even die?
We have to understand we're one people on one planet, and it's up to us together to solve these problems.
We cannot leave it to our leaders. The leaders have shown that they are not up to the task. The leaders think of themselves as leaders of their own country. They don't care about the rest of the world.
The problem right now is we've all surrendered a certain amount of our power to centralized authority, and they're trying to use that to take over everything. And they've been using this excuse of anthropogenic global warming in order to try to consolidate their wealth and control. So we've got to just completely abandon and expose that.
The discussion about the climate is narrowed down to the reduction of CO2 and global warming gases. And I think the problem is much broader than that.
Nobel Prize winner Sukuro Manabe showed that doubling of CO2 concentration would increase temperature without considering water vapor by 1.3 degrees Celsius, whereas when you do take into account the moisture content, the temperature would increase by 2.3 degrees Celsius. In other words, its increase is almost 2 times faster. Anthropogenic global warming is a grandiose scientific scam of the 20th century.
When you actually go back into geologic records, ice core samples, volcanic data, 12,000 years ago, it was Campi Gargali in Italy. 24,000 years ago was the Tambora in New Zealand. That lines up exactly with the cycle.
Green energy is not green at all. Wind power is not green because wind farms require enormous amounts of concrete and metal to construct, disturb wildlife, harm human health with noise pollution, kill hundreds of thousands of birds each year, pollute our air and water supply. We pay high prices for something that will never meet our needs.
We need to build a humanity that lives like a beehive, and we have to build a society that puts human life first. If we combine our scientific, technological, and intellectual resources, we can solve the problem of climate change.
Let's follow the Creative Society's survival guide. The 3 easy steps. Learn more, spread information, and unite to build a creative society.
After all, this world is given to all mankind with only one purpose: to live and be healthy, happy, to create and not to destroy.
The Creative Society is a project of everyone. We do not collect any donations or funds that disappear in the deep pockets. Instead, each person acts in their abilities and uses resources they already have. It is your opportunity to be a part of the solution and live out your superhero potential.
The conference was really like a holiday, you know, because it was for the first time that on such global scale, the representatives of the countries, the scientists, the experts, just ordinary people have voiced the true causes of the climate change and the processes and the facts, what's really going on in climate and ecology. And the most important thing, well, the way out was voiced out, and it is in the change of the consumer format of society into the greater one. And surely lots of thankful comments have been posted by viewers of the conference in different languages all over the globe. So lots of thanks to all of you who have supported the conference and who keeps on spreading information about the conference Global Crisis Time for the Truth. And right now we would like to hear the opinions and your impressions of our dear guests. Please share what have impressed you most of all during the conference. Lyudmila Kuzminishna, please, we would like to start with you. Lots of thanks. Of course, it goes without saying that the conference was a very important step in order to be saved for the whole humanity. Because actually, everything is interconnected, and we are all interconnected with each other. And, many experts already just say that it is, our civilization is coming to an end with its values and within the shortest period of time. That is why today, as it has been voiced during the conference, it is necessary to do, first of all, even you can take it from the title of the conference, Time for the Truth. So we need to tell the truth, because the truth is the most significant thing that should be voiced, because that at the beginning of the creation, it was the Word. So today we understand that we are too close to the destruction changes, catastrophic changes that are happening all over the planet. And it's not just, our task is not just to tell the truth, but also to say, how to come from this accepting information to implementing the implementation of another format of society. This is the most important topic today. And as one participant of the conference has said, that unity and specific measures should be taken. Unification of people that should be carried out. Also, as a Committee 100, which we present, works out the alternative doctrine, which is called the eco-civilization. The thing is that today, the nature factor of preserving the Earth, it should be number one and priority, and they shouldn't step over as just humans' needs. So today it is the most important thing. Eco-civilization, if we would have this eco-civilization, it's when, of course, the interests of the society would be on first place. And the Committee 100, what we suggest is the creation of an international expert council of ecologists who will be given authority just of the world community, and so probably all the surely all the countries of the world should take part in this in order to give the word, the final to the ecologists, that is, I would say, the lawyers of the earth. And this is the main offer of the Committee 100 that we have been working on during many years. We have also worked out the algorithm of the movement, that is, we should change to another format of the society, from the vertical to the horizontal, so to say, structures, and we should unite all the organizations that are decent to carry on with the development of the civilization. And I would say that we should strive to the concept that one Earth, one people, without any divisions. And first of all, we should exclude and eliminate any enmity and stop production of weapons. So I would say that if we accept the Creative Society project, we can save our civilization. We should be taking very active steps towards the changes. You know, our planet is in such a status right now that we are already ready to cry SOS to space. So we need to just enlarge the space of our work and just to take measures that I've just voiced. Thank you very much. Людмила Kazanishna, lots of thanks to you, because your offers just resonate in our hearts, and I believe that all of your offers are possible to implement if they implemented in the creative society, because sure, in the current consumer format of society, ecological offers would not be profitable and for business and so on. So the creation of such environmental committee would be able and would be possible in the creative society. And in order to implement this, to carry it out, well, we need to build the creative society. And surely in the OK society, there shouldn't be any wars or any production of weapons. And the human life would be utmost value. And we wouldn't have just a corner in the world where people would be suffering. That is why I fully agree with your standpoints and with your office. So that is why lots of thanks to you. And that is why we have a lot in common. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your feedbacks. Thank you so much for saying that scientists from all over the world understand that our civilization is at the verge and we may cease to exist. And at this conference, we were given an answer. What can everyone do to survive? This is building creative society. And your appeal, and as you said, one Earth, one people, this is correctly. Thank you so much. Mr. Amir Aziz, could you please share your impressions of the conference, Global Crisis, Time for the Truth, why it is so important to raise these topics, why it's important not to be silent? Could you please share what impressed you the most? Mr. Amir Aziz?
Yeah, okay. Thank you, first of all, providing me the opportunity to talk to all the very learned delegates and all learned speakers who are here on this forum. I have gone through the whole this conference, and it was 12 hours, more than that, it was the conference was going on. And not only I myself, but many members of the community who are also watching this. And the most important point, I think, was the global issue, which is a concern of every human being. And this was the right time to discuss this very vital issue, because this is going to change the whole atmosphere of the universe where we are living. And it is the collective responsibility of every human being, irrespective of this, that he belongs to certain school of thought or belong to certain profession. We all have to live on the face of on this earth, and therefore it is our collective responsibility to take care of the environment. So that when we pass on this world to our coming generation, we should pass it on a very neat, clean, livable place. As far as the religion is concerned, as you know that it's also mentioned in Bible and in the Holy Quran that Adam, we are all children of Adam and Eve, and they were living in the paradise. So this world is actually paradise for us, and only we can make it ours with our own hand, this paradise a livable place. And we can also then make it a hell for the people. So now it is up to our hands. And this global crisis and the time to the truth was one step forward to make this world a livable place, make it again a paradise for the people to live. with harmony, with love, with peace, and also the important issue concerned, especially with the environment, has now it is the time that we have to give awareness to the people, not only like I know that in some of the countries, like developed countries, they have a lot of awareness, but even to the countries like which are underdeveloped and people are not much concerned about environment. So we have to pass it on, this message to them, so that they can also take care of this earth, which is a place, which is a mother for us, because it is our mother where we are living and getting all the benefits. So it was really very nice topic. It was really very good discussion. And I hope that with this kind of discussion, we'll be able to find out some more formidable and permanent solution for the betterment of this world for our coming generation.
Thank you so much, Mr. Aziz, for your kind word. And I absolutely agree with you that that's the right time for all of us to realize our collective responsibility. And I still remember your participation in our previous conference, Global Crisis, What the Prophet Dreamed of. And thank you so much for reminding us about the Holy Scripture, about the words of our prophets, our messengers, those who brought the knowledge from God and showing us that we are all one big family. And we know that all prophets were saying about a creative society, because that's the idea how we people should live, how we people should communicate with each other, and how the world should look like. We know exactly what consumer society brought us. We see it and we understand it. And every single person already either understand or starting to getting closer to the understanding that our society is on the brink, and we definitely need to do something about, and we need to do it together, because in a unity is our power. Thank you so much for reminding us about that. And I also would like to ask about your feedback. Gerald, could you please share about your thoughts about this amazing conference? What impressed you the most?
Excuse me, there is no sound. There is no sound. We can't hear you. There was no sound. We couldn't hear you. Sorry.
You can hear me now?
Yeah. Should I repeat the question, Gerald? Can you hear us?
I think there is some technical sound problem.
Sorry for that technical itch. It's always okay. Thank you very much to be invited to speak to this important global roundtable conference, coming in the backdrop of our last Saturday global conference, Time for the Truth. It's important for us to speak about what the world is facing right now, because the creative society is all about coming together collectively and address several pressing global challenges the world is confronting today. More importantly, the conference actually achieved its desired results by telling the world the truth about what is really happening, why is it happening, and what ought to be done to address those pressing challenges presented by climate change. One of the things I've learned about the Creative Society Global Conference Time for the Truth is that we cannot deny the fact that the world is actually sitting at the time bomb from the climate change realities. In fact, for previous moments, the world was not putting more emphasis on the devastating impacts of climate change. But the Creative Society is coming out clear to tell the global community that, listen, until you sit down until you come collectively and address together these pressing challenges, these challenges is pushing the entire humanity to the extreme limit. So going forward, we need as a collective, as a creative society, we need to tell the world that what is supposed to be done, where did the rain start beating us, and what is the future of tomorrow's generation, given the fact that the present generation, we, the creative society, are increasingly being pushed to the extreme limit. Remember, climate change is a threat multiplier. It cuts across health, food, water, human security. So until we come together to address these pressing challenges collectively, regardless of geopolitical strength, geoeconomic strength, technological strength, climate change doesn't respect those principal elements that guide the global community. So creative society is a godsend. If you compare the outcome of COP26, COP26 outcome did not tell the world what is supposed to be done. COP26 leaders just went there to do commitments, to sign agreements, to sign pledges, but creative society, Time for the Truth, clearly told the whole world that you can sign many treaties. You can sign many commitments. You can even do COP30, COP40, COP50, but climate change doesn't actually operate on time frame, timeline. So Time for the Truth is the principle and fundamental guiding of creative society that we must tell the world the truth. We cannot wait for COP27 to come again and make commitments, to come again and make pledges. It is now, climate action now. And that is the fundamental principle of creative society going to the future. So we will endeavor this cause together. We'll continue telling the world together, irrespective of whichever global compasses we are, in developing countries, developing world. So we are now one family of creative society. And the principal element here, going to the future, is God endeavor a good cause. So we need to continue with this momentum. Let us not drop the ball, because creative society will tremendously transform many lives around the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Gerald. You're absolutely right. So we have so many documents, so many constitutions, so many different laws that's supposed to protect us humans, that's supposed to protect peace on Earth, that's supposed to protect Earth itself, but they are not working simply because that in a consumer format. The only one thing that interesting is the profit. And we do everything possible to protect profit, but not to protect human life. And that's the main requirement that we need to do. We need to create a world in which human life will stay on the first place. Thank you. The question, Mr. Kumar, could you please share with us what impressed you the most and share your thoughts and feedbacks about the conference?
Before, like 2 months ago, they meet me. I was very happy to work with you together, this project. I'm happy, very happy, because where I work with the people, they live in the dump, because I can see where everything comes to the dump, and it will be the born, and it will be going to be those typical. But mainly, everything will be polluted, like even the food and everything, because that's the reason there are many hospitals coming to forward to we have new technology, new things like that. Because thing is, when we change our food diet situation, people usually, how to say, alcoholic food will be more environment will be safe and the health will be safe. So, and when we eat the alcoholic food and alcoholic things.
Thank you very much. human safety is very, very important. And right now, when we see the global catastrophe getting stronger and we see them more often, definitely we need to invest more time and more resources, all human scientific potential in the development of a new technology that we can predict what happened and give this prediction earlier. Because one of the in one of the video in the conference, one man from Taiwan said that they received notification about the earthquake 5 seconds before the earthquake. And what can you do in these 5 seconds? It's not even enough to digest this information and take a decision like what to do next. That's why it's very, very important to really invest everything that we have right now to investigate the topic, to learn more, and to create a technology that will save us.
Like one more thing is like everything we go for the eco-friendly, like something like we need to stop the plastic or like things we have eco-friendly, then the environment will be goes better, because now every battery will be like more pollution. When the battery will be there and we put the like trees, like bamboo trees, the pollution will be grows much low. The bamboo trees is the best option for environment growth.
Yeah, definitely. We need to find eco-friendly for sure. And the reason why we have all this problem with plastic and why we don't have a technology to recycle it, only because it's too expensive and it's not bringing the profits. So that's why we sometimes call it we recycle, but like most of the time this plastic is moved, like shipped to the poor countries where it just like buried under the ground, or even worse, throw into the ocean. So that's why definitely we need to do something about that. We need to start to change the condition, start to change the rules of our society. And today with us, we have people representative from different fields. We have scientists, respected scientists. We have Mr. Aziz, Imam of the oldest mosque in Berlin. We have climate activists. We have social activists. And when we have our discussion, we are arguing about the development of science, development of technology, development of different types of format of a society, different types of laws that regulate how we people interact with each other. And my question to all of us, what can help to create a condition for scientists to unite, for people to unite in order to fight our common enemy? And by enemy, I mean climate and ecology. So maybe we will start with you, Mr. Aziz.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, actually, it is said that to solve a problem, first of all, you know the problem, what the problem is. Once we know the problem, so obviously then we will have,
بمجرد معرفتنا
we can take some very
للمشكلة
positive steps
فيمكننا أن نتخذ خطوات إيجابية لحل المشكلة. وعلى الأقل من خلال هذا المؤتمر الإبداعي نرفع صوتنا ويمكننا إيجاد المشكلة الحقيقية التي نواجهها، ويمكننا التحدث عنها، ويمكننا رفع أصواتنا، وهذا الصوت ليس فقط من أجل تحسين حياة قلة من الناس، ولكن من أجل تحسين العالم بأسره الذي نعيش فيه الآن. فيما يتعلق بالدين، أقول لك أن الدين يهتم كثيرا بالطبيعة، لأن الدين يخبرنا أن كل إنسان مخلوق بالطبيعة، وأن الطبيعة هي بوضوح قوانين الطبيعة التي تحكمنا في كل مكان، وبالتالي يمكننا أن نفعل ذلك من أجل الحل، حيث أن العلماء أو كل إنسان عليهم العودة إلى الطبيعة، بحيث بمجرد أن نعود إلى الطبيعة ونحاول حمايتها فمن الواضح أننا سنخطو خطوة واحدة إلى الأمام. الآن وكما ورد في القرآن الكريم أن الله يقول: لقد خلقت لك هذا الكون لزخرفه وتزيينه وجعله جميلا وجعله مكانا أكثر ملائمة للعيش. ثم هناك العديد من الأمثلة التي شرحت في القرآن عن النجوم والأقمار والماء والطبيعة في كل مكان حولنا، وأكد على أهمية حمايتنا لها. وبمجرد أن نعلم أنه يصبح واجبنا وعليه، فإننا نأخذ على عاتقنا حمايته جيدا. فمن الواضح إذن أنه يمكننا حماية البيئة، ويمكننا في الواقع أن نعطي وعيا لكل إنسان ليحذر من هذا الخطر الذي يواجهه العالم. من الواضح للعلماء أن أفضل حل يمكن وأنهم قد استنتجوه وأنهم يستطيعون إخبارنا بما يجب القيام به، لكن هذا ممكن فقط عندما يكون الجمهور على دراية به، ويبدأ الجمهور في العمل بناء على النصيحة أو ما يأتي من العلماء أو من خلال القوانين. ومن الواضح أنه يوجد في أي بلد العديد من القواعد والأنظمة المتعلقة بالحياة البشرية حول كيفية تنظيم حياة الإنسان. في نفس الوقت علينا الآن وضع قواعد واللوائح الخاصة بكيفية إنقاذ هذه الأرض، ويجب أن تكون قوانين محددة في الواقع، حيث يجب أن تحكم الكون كله لحماية هذا الكون وحماية البيئة ضد التلوث. على سبيل المثال، في العديد من البلدان المتخلفة أعلم أن هناك الكثير من المشاكل الجارية، لا سيما في مناطق مثل باكستان والهند وبنغلاديش وغيرها من البلدان المتأخرة. أيضا فهم يواجهون هذه المشكلات البيئية الخطيرة، ويمكننا إخبارهم بما هي السبب الحقيقي، وبمجرد أن يعرفوا السبب الحقيقي بوضوح ثم المزيد من المزارع والنباتات والمزيد من الاهتمام بالبيئة والاهتمام بالملوثات، ليس تلوث الهواء والماء فقط، ولكن كيفية التحكم في النفايات أيضا، خاصة كيفية حماية النفايات الصناعية والدخان التي تلوث بيئتنا. إذن هذا صحيح، يمكن تنظيمه من خلال القوانين. أيضا وفي نفس الوقت على مستوى الوعي البشري علينا أن نجعلهم يدركون أن هذا هو الخطر، ويجب أن نتحد جميعا لإنقاذ هذه الأرض. هذا هي وجهة نظري. شكرا جزيلا لكم.
Спасибо вам огромное за ваш ответ, господин Амиразис. Это очень ценно для нас. Очень ценно,
very much for your opinion, Dr. Aziz.
Очень ценно, когда человек говорит, не молчит, делится.
Thank you for your answer. It is very important.
شكرا جزيلا على إجابتك سيد أمير عزيز. هذا مهم جدا بالنسبة لنا. من المهم جدا أن يتحدث الشخص ولا يلتزم الصمت ويشارك، لأنه في بعض الأحيان يكون من الصعب للغاية قول الحقيقة في هذا. يجب أن نقول أن تكون الحقيقة عالية. إذا لم نتحدث عن الحقيقة سيكون من المستحيل تقريبا أن نتحدث عن المستقبل. دعوني أقرأ لكم سطور رائعة عن الشجاعة لجلال الدين الرومي. في المعركة الجبناء خائفين على حياتهم ويختارون طريق التراجع، بينما الشجعان خوفا على حياتهم يهرعون إلى قوات العدو ويتحملون الخوف والألم. وبدرع الخوف أيضا قد يموت بعض ضعاف القلوب من الداخل. لذلك من المهم جدا الآن ألا تكون صامتا للتغلب على مخاوفك. وجميع العلماء الذين يعرفون الحقيقة يعرفون ما يحدث في الوقت الحالي للحديث عنه، لأنه إذا أعلن عن ذلك وفهم الناس مدى قربنا الآن من حافة الشلال الذي يبحر تجاهنا، ثم سيخلق هذا سابقة معينة في المجتمع قادرة في أقصر وقت ممكن على تغيير نظرة الناس للعالم وتحويلهم نحو الإنسانية. ما علمه جميع أنبياؤنا أن يصبحوا ناسا حقيقيين، كيف نبني علاقات مع بعضنا البعض لا تسيء ولا تتشاحن مع علاقاتنا بغيرنا، ونتعامل بحب وصدق. يمكننا القيام بذلك لا يكون يكون ذلك إلا بكوننا متحدون على الأسس الثمانية لمجتمع الإبداعي لدينا الآن. شكرا جزيلا لكم. ليزا أعطيك الكلمة. نعم، نود أن نشكر من أعماق قلوبنا جميع الضيوف الحاضرين اليوم لدعمهم الدافئ للمجتمع الإبداعي، لإجابتهم العميقة وتفهمهم. أيضا مشاهدينا الكرام، إلى إرسال أسئلتكم وتعليقاتكم مقترحاتكم إلى info@creativesociety.com. يمكنكم كتابة التعليقات على انستغرام أو تويتر أو على موقع Creative Society. سنقوم بنشر أسئلة الفيديو الخاصة بكم في المناقشة الدولية القادمة ومناقشة هذه المواضيع مع ضيوفنا الكرام. أصدقائي الأعزاء، انضموا إلى المشروع وأخبروا الجميع عن مؤتمر الأزمة العالمية صوت الحقيقة، وانضموا إلى الخطوات النشطة في بناء مجتمع إبداعي. شكرا لكم جميعا.